Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You can chant Gurudev. Okay. Gurudev, Kripa Pindu Jiya, Guru Edase, Nabrigati Na. Guru Edase, Nabrigati. Chakarasani Pologia Goro Nitamanis Biyahina Nitamanis Biyahina Sakale samane karide shakati ehanata yata yata Nabedoga iba Harinama Sukhe Aparada Beata Aparada Beata Kobena kripa labhya jana itatai benata Shakti Bodhin Amiyatithi Garamore Atma Sata Karimare Atma Karamare Atma Sata Yogya Javitari Kijunai Bai Tomara Karuna Sara Karuna Naile Kandiya Kandiya Karuna Naile Kandiya Kandiya Pranana Rakhibara Pranana Rakhibara Gurudev, 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 Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Gurudev. Hare Krishna. Few short. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, So today is Guru Purnima, Vyasa Purnima. So we have one book where the beautiful, one of our acharyas. Sitadev Goswami Maharaj explains. So I would just like to start. If there's any question you may ask, please. So the scent of the revealed truth. Krishna consciousness, the spiritual conception of the highest level, descends by flowing down from one level to the next. Just as from the peak of a mountain, Ganges flows in a zigzag way from one peak to another. Sometimes the water of Ganges mixes with the current of the river Saraswati. That water is not to be considered Ganges water. When the water of Saraswati joins the current of the Ganges, it is considered to be Ganges water. So when the two rivers meet, the water that flows away from the Ganges is not the Ganges. But when the Saraswati waters enter into the current of the Ganges, it becomes the Ganges. That water will purify us, whatever its point of origin may have been. There's a saying that whatever water is deep within the current of the Ganges riverbed is the real Ganges water. That water will purify us. So whatever its point of origin may have been. So the purifying potency of the water has nothing to do with the water we can feel and see. What can we see with this, our physical eyes? The current of the Ganges is pure. When the spirit and the sanction is there, it is a living thing and can purify everyone. So the very gist of Guru Parampara, the disciple succession, is Shiksha, means the spiritual teachings. And wherever it is to be traced, there is Guru. One who has the transcendental eye, the divine eye, will recognize the Guru wherever he appears. One who possesses knowledge of absolute divine love in purity, he is Guru. Otherwise, the Guru Parampara is only a body, Parampara, a succession of bodies. Then the caste Brahmanas, the caste Goswamis will continue with their trade, because body after body they are getting the mantra. But their mantra is that we are after a living mantra. And wherever we can trace the living tendency for a higher type of devotional service, we shall find that there is our Guru. One who has that sort of vision, awakened, will be able to recognize the Guru wherever he may appear. So initiation into the mantra means to impart real knowledge and devotional sentiment from one to another. And that must be genuine. Nothing can be known about a homeopathic globally by an outer physical inspection. But the potency is within. So also within the mantra, the important thing is the type of thought or sentiment which is imparted through the sound, that sound. The impersonalists have got the same mantra and are also chanting the holy name of Krishna. But that sort of name will vanish in the Brahmajyoti. They won't be able to cross the Viraja. Viraja is the river between the material and spiritual worlds. So when a Mayavadi chants the name of Krishna, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that his chanting of the name of Krishna is just like thunder to the holy body of Krishna. It does not produce any soothing effect. So the Gaudiya Math deals with reality, not with the frame. We are trying to understand what is what in the spiritual thought world. We are not enchanted or captured by the mere form. We are interested in the step-by-step development in spiritual thought. In his Upadeshamrita, Sri Rupa Goswami has said, Kanibhya Varito Hari, Priyadaya Vyaktim Jnaninas, Ebhyo Jnana Vyukta Bhakti Parama, Premaiga Nishtas Tadha. Out of many materialists, one may be a philosopher. Out of many philosophers, one may become liberated and take to devotional service. Out of many devotees, one may attain pure love of Krishna. He is the best of all. We are interested in understanding this gradation. What is the Viraja River? What is the spiritual sky? The planet of Lord Shiva? The Vaikuntha, world of Vishnu, Lord Rama's Ayodhya, then Krishna in Dwarka, Mathura and Vrindavan. We want to know the realistic view of the whole gradation of devotional thought. Krishna shows this gradation in Srimad Bhagavatam, where he says, Naradaya Priyadhama Atmayonina Shankaraha Naja Sankhasano Nasraya Naivatma Chayata Bhavam. Neither Brahma nor Shiva nor Sankarshan or Vaikuntha nor the goddess of fortune Lakshmi Devi nor even my own self is as dear to me as you. You're my favorite. He says this to Uddhava. Who was his most dear friend in Mathura and Dwaraka. We have to follow the spirit, otherwise after Janava Devi, the wife of Lord Nityananda, up to Vipina Goswami, from whom Bhaktivinoda Thakur took initiation. There are so many unknown lady gurus. To them the mantra came to Vipina Goswami, and from him Bhaktivinoda Thakur received the mantra. So we accept Bhakti Thakur, but should we count all those ladies in our disciple succession? What was their realization? So we know from the Shastra, Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Charitamrita, that and the Bhagavatam, that so many ladies were pure souls, pure devotees. Because the soul is not should not be identified with the body. Soul is in the spiritual world, has his position as a princess in Dwaraka, or as a friend like Arjuna. But in this world, Arjuna may take the form of a, not Arjuna, we have other symbols, take the form of a lady externally. So it's because of this we cannot see who is who, because we identify each other with the material body. So we are slaves of the truth. So we are not the slaves of bodily conceptions. We are the slaves of the truth of the soul, of reality. We are beggars for the pure current of truth that is constantly flowing. The fresh current. We are not charmed by any formality. I will bow down my head wherever I find the river of nectar coming down to me. When one is conscious that the absolute truth is descending to him from the highest domain, he will think, I must surrender myself here. So Mahaprabhu says to Ramananda Roy, ki vipra ki bharnaya sutta ke noa, yekashtarattavita say Guru Hoy. Wherever the truth appears, wherever the nectar of divine ecstasy descends, I shall offer myself as a slave. This is my direct concern. So whatever form it takes doesn't matter much. The form has some value, but if there's any conflict in the inner spirit of a tinge of a thing, should be given immense value over its external cover. Otherwise, if the spirit has gone away and the bodily connection gets the upper hand, our so-called spiritual life becomes sahachya. Sahachya means a cheap imitation of the real. When we are conscious of the real substance of Krishna consciousness, the real wealth we are receiving from our spiritual master, then our spiritual life cannot be sahajiyaism, imitationism. We must be aware enough to detect our Guru's advice when we find it in another. One who is awake will see, here's my Guru's advice. I find it here in this man. Somehow or other it has come here. How? I do not know. But I see my Guru's characteristics, his dealings, and his behavior in this person. When we are able to recognize a thing from its intrinsic value, then whenever we find it, we cannot neglect it. There's an example of this in an instance regarding Aurobindo Ghosh of Pondicherry. He was the first leader of the anarchist party and practically the founder of the revolutionary movement in Bengal in 1928. A case against him was proceeding in Kolkata High Court. A famous attorney, Mr. Norton, was in charge of the prosecution. Aurobindo had absconded, and when the case was going on, he was not to be found anywhere. Norton was concerned how to find him. Aurobindo's English was very good English. He had been educated in England from childhood, could speak English even better than many Englishmen. Norton began to search through different papers and magazines for Aurobindo's writing. Finally, he found Aurobindo's style of writing in the Amrit, the Basa Patika Bengali newspaper. Here's Mr. Ghosh, he said. The editor of the Amrita Basa Patika was summoned to court to find out whether Aurobindo Ghosh had written the article. Norton examined him. This is your paper, you must know who has written this article. You are the editor. Yes, I know. Do you know this man? Aurobindo Ghosh? Yes, I know him. I consider him to be one of the greatest men in the world. As the editor of this newspaper, do you know who wrote this article? Yes, I know. Has Mr. Ghosh written this article? I won't say. Norton asked him, do you know what is the punishment? Yes, 6 months imprisonment. You're ready for that? Yes, I'm ready for that. Holding up the newspaper article, Norton said, here's Mr. Ghosh. I rest my case. He saw Aurobindo in his writing, and in a similar way. We must see, here's my Gurudev. Our spiritual master also sometimes say of one of his disciples who had departed. Bhakti Thakur came to me, but I could not recognize him. Those whose divine vision is awakened are always seeing signs of divinity everywhere. So this also has to be realized by a real devotee, that one who is a real is a transcendentalist, who is bringing the truth. Truth is truth, as our Guru Maharaj said. Wherever you find the truth, wherever you find this divine consciousness, there you go. There we should pay our obeisances. So we must have the vision to recognize the presence of our Guru's temperament. Is there any comments or question on this? Subal. Today is the day of Guru. Guru is one. There's not many gurus. So, as Srila Sridhar now explains this also very nice. We have the vision, we must have the vision to recognize the presence of our Guru's temperament. Mahaprabhu says, Madhavendra Purira Sampanna Darijani. When Mahaprabhu met the Gaudiya Brahmana, upon seeing his movements, he at once detected that this Brahmana must have some connection with Madhavendra Puri, he said. Without his connection, I could never find such symptoms of transcendental ecstasy. It must come from Madhavendra Puri. So we must know Krishna consciousness in truth. It is said, Ajaryam Mam Vijaniyam. The spiritual master is not to be differentiated. One thing is coming down from the Supreme Lord, so the oneness of continuity is not to be ignored. Guru can be here, Guru can be in another body also. The same teacher may come in a different body to inspire us. He may come to give us new hope and higher education. The substance should always be given a higher value than the form. So we always have to see, here Guru, and those who are more advanced, they can see, I see my Gurudev in this person. He is on the plane, and when I leave him, he is not leaving me. He is like Krishna, like super soul. So this connection, when we get spiritual advanced, must be there. The transcendentalists, those who are on the higher level, they know immediately, they see, this person is not speaking with my body, he's speaking with me. I am soul. And when he leaves, or I leave, or anybody who is on that higher level, then they will not feel that I left. Guru is one. And the Gurus are not envious of each other, because they are all servants of the Lord. They are happy to see, to meet them. We have all one goal, to please the Supreme Lord. This is the attitude of real Guru. They are never separated. So Guru means is one. Adi Guru is the Lord, Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchit Ananda Vigraha, Anadi Ada Govinda, Sabakarna Karanam. Krishna is supreme, Govinda. And he expands into many. Those who are surrendered to him, who become dependent on him, the Lord enters the body, and he is speaking through this person to us. He is not speaking with the body, he is speaking with you, with the soul. But first understand the degree of purity in Krishna consciousness. The followers of form are only imitationists. The followers of form are only imitationists. They want only to exploit Mahaprabhu, not to serve him. So the followers of form, they only see the external form, the external activities. Those who follow them, they only want to exploit Mahaprabhu, not to serve him. They want to enjoy themselves, going from one in the name of Krishna. They are our worst enemies. They are the traitors. They have taken the garb of Mahaprabhu's Sampradaya and they are saying something bogus. This is cheap marketing. They extensively selling adulterated things very cheaply. They have no inner necessity to attain the purest thing. Bujara Raghavata Gaurava Pange. Although he was such an exalted Vaishnava, our Guru Maharaj never presented himself as a great devotee. He always used to say, I'm a servant of the Vaishnavas. This is the first point. We have to take the position of servant. I am the servant of the servant of the servant. Nowadays, we are so-called gurus come, I am the master, I am the great, everybody has to bow down, has to. This is not the attitude. This was not the attitude of Prabhupada, and no real devotee. That was his claim, and he would say, the higher devotees are my guru. They are so exalted. First come and practice all these things, and then you can hope to reach the goal. It is not easy or so cheap. Out of many liberated persons, a pure devotee of Lord Krishna is extremely rare. Kodimukta madhya dulabha eka Krishna bhakta. Krishna consciousness is an internal thing. And those who cannot see the internal truth will make much of the external cover. So we do not support that. Rather, we are interested in the real spirit. All the opposing elements who are interested in external cannot touch us. Dogs may bark, but the barking of a dog has no importance, because they make so much of the outer thing. They have no real purification of the heart to accept the pure thing, to discriminate what is spiritual or what is love of God, prema, after which even Brahma and Mahadev aspire. So this is an explanation of the position of a real guru. If you may have some comments or illumination on this, you may ask. Yes.
When our guru leaves this body, and you're left with whatever association you can get, how, like you described, will you become able to see your guru in somebody else? Because this is a very challenging situation. We are trained to perceive the outer words and the way people behave, and we may feel
Yeah. Who can answer? You have, if you do not know how to serve your Gurudev, then you have never served him before. You are not got you have not developed the relation, the transcendental connection between Guru. Guru is always there. But many of us have not made this connection that Guru is not different from Krishna is. We have not yet established our relation to him. So how can we serve him, or how can we become? And as Srila Dev Goswami says, or Srila Prabhupada says here, by service, then we have to think about ourselves. What is my life? What I'm doing? Did I serve? Have I served my Gurudev once, or do I serve the devotees? Or is my goal in some activities in this material world? I am concerned with the external, on the external plane. I give an example. In my case, I was very attracted to my Gurudev. He was very merciful to me. So in a few years I was in the Kartik month, always in Vrindavan. And they did the parikrama all over Bhashana, Nandagram and so forth. So all were going out, Some traveled also to Kashi, or to where the Ganges were. Rishikesh, yes. And this time, Buddha Maharaj, he was also going like this. And Guru Maharaj was in Vrindavan, in his room mainly. And I thought, if I want to Krishna, then just by traveling around Vrindavan, I will not find. I will see many buildings, many kirtans, many sadhus, or so-called sadhus, and I cannot see what is a real sadhu, what is a not real sadhu. But I thought, I do not want these things. I had so many years I was going in the 80s, late 70s, I was in India traveling all the holy places. But I realized actually wherever the pure devotee is, when I can serve him, when I stay close to him, then because he is carrying Krishna with him, he is never without Krishna. If I stay close to him, he may bless me one day, and I can understand who's Krishna, what is Krishna, and the relation will become very close. So whenever, a few times he went with a car and a few devotees, and he always invited me also to go to Govardhan and to visit the devotees on the Parikram or to Sheshashaya. I remember always wonderful places. And Guru Maharaj was very merciful to me. And I could get a drop, tiny drop of this realization, understanding that Guru, we must make relation. Without him, we are nowhere. We are already running around in the whole universe, in the whole world, from one place to another, and think that this is something to do with spiritual life. Even in Vrindavan, if you have not the proper association of pure souls, you are make no advancement, you will not understand. It is surrender, it is service. We have to personal service we have to do. The Guru must be satisfied because he is serving his Supreme Lord directly. This is not imagination. This is reality. So if we can get the mercy of one devotee, when you get connected with him to our surrender, to our service, then you will also meet your Guru there. Guru is one, there is none difference, real, because they are all instruments, let us say like this, of the Supreme Lord. The Lord acting through them. Can somebody follow? We can follow to the certain level. And when it gets to on my ego, then we find a way to escape, turn off. But this is the authorized way. This is Bhakti, is the highest thing we can attain. There's nothing above. So we must make connection, and the super soul, or will make arrangements so that we meet exactly these gurus we are looking for. So somebody who supports my personal satisfaction, by example. But this has nothing to do with spiritual life. It's not. I am the sender. The sender is my Lord. It's my Guru. If I satisfy him, if I please him in any way, I can do whatever I can do. If he is satisfied, he will open the door, and we will have always 24 hours. We will have our relation. Will be there. When I am getting externally agitated, he will be there. Otherwise, I can remember him all the time, and it is not some imagination, it is reality. And this level, this is not easily attained. It is not cheap. It's nothing to do with this external world where we are trying to attain happiness for ourselves. This is the difference between devotee and non-devotee. The devotee wants to please Krishna. And the non-devotee, he wants that Krishna pleases him. This is not... We come all to the temple, please give me, please help me, please do this. I need money, a new car. So many, we should make a ceremony, my husband ran away, what should I do? Please pray to the Lord. The Lord is not our servant. It's just from the logic. You just imagine. Everything is meant for everything belongs to Him. And someone who acts in this way, whatever he sees, he connects with Him. He wants to offer Him. He wants to please Him. Then the external plane vanishes. You enter the transcendental plane, and there you will find all these sadhus, all the real, they will be there. We have to become sincere in this service attitude. Trinadapi sunijana tarorapi sahishnuna manina manadena. Kirtaniya sadhari. We chant the name of Krishna, but this is not the name of Krishna we are chanting. It's just sound. When the pure devotee chant the name of Krishna, 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 he sees Krishna appears. He sees Him. He can see Him, not with his eyes. His reality, or everything else is illusion. Everything else is imagination. Krishna, this is essence. You just quit if it's too intimate. So, if there's anything more to say, or this real Krishna consciousness. We should always be careful that we are creating our Krishna consciousness. It must come from the other side. We can just pray, please help me, please, I am foolish, I want to be your servant. This is necessary, this attitude. Jai Shri Gurudeva ki jai, Vyasa Puja ki jai. Srila Gurudev Nityalila Pavistam Vishupad Paramahamsa Vigacharya Stota Sasishmat Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Gaur Premanandi.